That's right. It's time for KP's Video News, and we're getting ready to get started right away. And this one here is like 172. I'm going to hit the title on this one. Buffoonery. Buffoonery and coonery jumping off. Okay. This is 172. And it's a billionaire. I had no idea that coonery and buffoonery existed in Africa, but apparently it does. And here we go. It's a billionaire who told Trump, "Africa loves you," apologizes. South African businessman and philanthropist Patrick Motsepe apologized for telling President Trump that Africa loves him last week at the World Economic Forum in Davos, Switzerland. Footage of Motsepe's remarks from the conference sparked controversy for people who disagreed, arguing that the businessman can't speak on the continent's behalf. Africa loves America. Africa loves you. It is very, very important. We want America to do well. We want you to do well. The success of America is the success of the rest of the world. Motsepe said to Trump at the World Economic Forum. Trump congratulated Motsepe, saying, "You've done a great job. Thank you very much." The South African finance minister, Tito Mbweni, said Motsepe's views are not reflective of the government's perspective. Zulu-Natal province premier Zikala took it further, saying that Trump does not have a relationship with the African National Congress Party. In 2018, Trump repeatedly referred to Haiti and African nations as shithole countries in a meeting with senators, but denied those reports on Twitter. Motsepe released a statement on Tuesday saying that the reaction to his comments exposed him to different views, and that his goal was to encourage discussion between the Trump administration and African political leaders. "I have a duty to listen to these differing views, and I would like to apologize," Motsepe said in his statement. "I do not have the right to speak on behalf of anyone except for myself." So that's, going on with that. And so, hey, they got on it. They got on his butt, for even saying what he said about that. It's like, yeah, man, you had no reason to even say that, because the guy, the DC Dunce, could care less about you. As a matter of fact, he already, like he stated, how he felt about black people and about black countries. So don't be stupid. Here we go. The program teaches prisoners how to code so they can get tech jobs once released. San Francisco, California, the Last Mile, a prison rehabilitation program based in San Quentin, California, offers prisoners free training on how to code. This equips them with the training they need to get a job more easily once they get out of prison. At the Last Mile, we are using technology to try to solve mass incarceration. Jason Jones, a software engineer who teaches computer coding to prisoners through remote communication. Those who finish the program, once released from prison, will be connected with tech companies such as Slack, Facebook, and even Google. Jones himself was a product of the program, he believes, and he belongs to almost 100 graduates who had a zero recidivism rate compared to the 83% recidivism rate for the whole country. You're talking about disrupting the status quo of people normally getting access to opportunities, said Jones. Not only are we driving down the recidivism rate, where people get out and don't come back, but we also have the ability to go back into the community and stop people from going to prison in the first place. The Last Mile, founded by Chris Redlitz and his wife Beverly, was launched 10 years ago. Since then, hundreds of incarcerated people have been taking. More than that, the Last Mile intends to receive the financial burden spent on the prison The estimated cost to house a prisoner in California is about $75,000 a year, but it only costs $5,000 for a prisoner to go through the program. Truly, it has resulted in millions of savings on tax. First, the budget for the program came from Reddit's only. Now they have gained support from the corporate partnerships and state funding. The program, which started in one prison in California, has now expanded to 5 states, and their reach continues to grow. Generally, many people inside want to do better, want a second chance, and want to be successful. So, create the opportunity, because 90% of the people are going to get out. The question is, who do you want them to be? And that's a good program. It's trying to rehabilitate some people, actually trying to do something to help these inmates, so when they get out, they get a chance to get a job. And here we go. A second grader raises money for classmates who can't afford school lunch. Congratulations. This is a feel-good story here. So, when Imani Manley, a 7-year-old girl, noticed that some of her classmates couldn't afford school lunch, she immediately thought of a way to help them. She then created an online fundraiser, and hundreds of people helped her surpass her goal. I saw some kids just eating a cheese sandwich, she told NBC. When she learned from her mother that kids don't have money to put on their lunch account, she decided that I need to do a fundraiser so I can get more money for kids, she added. Imanji and her mother also worked who also worked at her school, started to fundraise on Facebook to raise money to pay the unpaid lunch accounts of as many students as possible. The initial goal to fundraise was $800, but a week after it started, it had already reached more than $4,300. Principal Ben Harrington praised Imani for her efforts. He said, "It's really cool to see a student who's 7 years old taking the initiative to impact other students at the school." According to Harrington, out of 500 students, about 100 receive alternative lunches, even though the school system is doing its best to avoid it. Elementary school students have a $25 deficit, Harrington said. They can go $25 before they get the alternative meal. Once you get into a deficit, sometimes it's difficult to come back. Moreover, Imanji, who also became a published author of a book about having a positive self-image at the age of 5 years old, is hoping she could raise more money to help her classrooms and help her classmates in need. That's right. I'm talking about a kid doing some good things, positive things, helping some other kids get that lunch that they need to get. What are you doing out there? What are you doing? What are you doing? What are you doing? Peace.